In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can.
Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone. Welcome to the tech zone. We on our tech flow, and it's still a global market in case you didn't know. So many guests, we not trying to impress. Just wanna pass off the info. You could do the rest. See, there's no escaping tech. It's part of our lives. Keep every individual connected worldwide. But all this innovation is more than entertainment. It's people like you paving a new way every day. So let your imagination run wild with all the things that you dream about. Cause the tech zone is on now with Paul Amadeus Lane. Blah. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.
We are back from CES 2020. We had a blast. Busy time, a lot of innovation, a lot of cool things that you were able to check out from our live coverage from the floor there, and also some other events that were there at CES. You saw me pop locking. You saw me just gallivanting around, going to where the bar was, and having a great old time. But I'm so happy to be back. We saw a lot of great innovation, and we're going to talk more about it on this show today. Remember, you can always connect with me, Paul, AmadeusLane.com. You can check out the show like you're doing here live on ABC News Radio, KMET. You can also check it out on iHeart, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, YouTube, live stream, and all the other great different formats out there. We are so happy that you have continued to support the show, sharing the episodes. And I want to give a tremendous shout out to our international listeners out there. Thank you so much for tuning in, supporting the Tech Zone, and we truly, truly appreciate it. We hope that we continue to bring you some more great content for many, many years to come. Thank you so much, and even our listeners here in the States, we want to thank you too for liking, sharing, and listening to all the content that we have the privilege to bring you on the Tech Zone. All right, so what are we going to talk about on this edition of the show today? I had an opportunity to operate a pizza robot at CES. Yes, I did. We got some footage of me doing that. So if you're just listening to the show here on radio, make sure you check out the video content. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, do so right away. You can find me on YouTube, Paul Amadeus Lane. Or when you go to my website, paulamadeouslane.com, you can click on the YouTube channel, subscribe to it, because the YouTubes are they're out of control. They're funny. We have a lot of good time on the video portion of the show. So make sure that you check that out as well. Pizza Robot. Had an opportunity to operate that. We're also going to talk about, on this edition of the show, about keeping your valuables safe. We know back in the days, we would use like lock boxes, little, jewelry cases and things like that. We have arrived in the digital age now. We have digital boxes that can keep everything safe. Whether it's our will, whether if it's valuables, medications, credit cards, you name it. We're going to talk to a company that has some great innovation when it comes to that later on in the show. But first up in this segment of the show, we're going to check in with our friends, now this may shock you, from the United States Postal Service. And you may say, what kind of technology is the post office unveiling that you may not know about, that can truly help and assist you when it comes to your mail? They were there at CES, and they talked about some of their great innovation. If you're not taking advantage of this innovation, do so without delay, because it is incredible. I know I have taken advantage of it. Hopefully you are too. So we're going to be talking about that in this first segment of the show too. All right. Without any further delay, why don't we catch up with our friends at the United States Postal Service and see what type of innovation that they had and what they were talking about at CES 2020.
With me right now, we have David Rupert. David is the Manager of Strategic Communications at the United States Postal Service. David, welcome to the show. How are you, my friend?
Thank you very much. Yeah, you are telling the truth. We are here.
Definitely. See, David co-signed for me because sometimes I may tell a little here or there on the air, but David co-signed for me. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. First, David, before we talk about what the Postal Service is doing here, how's your CES going?
Oh, pretty good. And over at we have a huge booth. We've easily had 100 people in there constantly. It just never, the crowds keep coming. Everybody's really excited. We've got some games over there to draw some people in, and then while they're there, we're talking to them about their mail. And we have a few things in life that we all share. We have things that we do every single day, and one of those things is check the mail. And so everybody, we're relatable. We understand, and so we get that question a lot. What are you doing here? And it really is fun because people are engaged. They're having a lot of fun with our games, which is, a fun part of it. And then we get to talk about the mail, which can be fun, but is more practical.
And David, speaking of talking about the mail and having people come by the booth and like having a really enjoyable experience, let's talk about the innovation that the United States Postal Service has already put into place that maybe the viewers or the listeners out there are not familiar with.
Every single day you go to that mailbox, 159 times a day people go check their mail. That's a lot of touch points. Nobody else except maybe the power company has more touch points, and so it's that interaction with a physical product that's propelled us now for going on 244 years. We predate the United States of America, and along the way, there's been a few innovations, right? You put mail on horseback to go from city to city. And then they started trucking it across the country on trains. They didn't truck it; they moved it on trains. And people were like, "Well, that's going to be the end of the mail." And then the telegraph system came along. Well, what do we need the mail for? And we adapted and persevered through that. And even in our lifetimes, the fax machine. Remember that? Who needs to mail things? We could just fax it. Well, who has a fax? We've outlasted that. And then the internet came along and stormed. Is like, what do we need the mail for? And actually, the internet has been a boon for us as people have shopped online, but now they're shipping online. And so through all that stuff, the Postal Service has innovated, we've adapted, we've changed, and we're doing that even now. One thing that we're doing right now that is for free is called Informed Delivery. And it's a free service. You can sign up for it, and what happens is that you get an email every single day of the mail that's coming to your home. And that email actually shows images. So if you're waiting on an important birthday card, you're grumbling on your breath, it's like, I can't believe my brother forgot my birthday again. And it's your birthday, and then it's right there, and it's like, he remembered, just right on time. Or you get an important coupon that you're looking for every month, and it's going to be there waiting for me when I get home. It's a way for you to interact with your mail. 22 million Americans have already signed up for this free service, and it's a way for you to connect with that mail moment. When you come home 159 million times, you open up that box, there's your mail, and you know what's in there. Because if there's anything that's true about this age, we like to be informed. We like to know what's happening. So it's just our way of connecting America. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And so that's something that consumers are appreciative of. So we're here talking to marketers and people who are creating products. And they can use Informed Delivery as a way to connect their digital presence with the physical presence. So what happens is when you get that Informed Delivery email, there's some things that are highlighted that are in color. You click on that, and it takes you to the website of the person that sent it. And so there you can marry up the physical product. You have the piece of mail. Maybe there's a coupon, 20% off, and you go online and you use that coupon code, and you can look at, because we're still tactile. I don't care. This is a digital age. We still like to touch stuff. And so that mail, using informed delivery, is a way to integrate those two. So it's something that it's been very popular. And a lot of the people here at this show are like, I need to start using that. So that's been our biggest, the most interesting thing that people have done.
And I'm a firm believer of info notice. I remember when I first signed up for it, my wife was like, what are you signing up for? But now she's like, hey, did this come in the mail? Did that come in the mail?
Yeah.
It makes it so much easier, especially when we're out of town.
Yeah.
Even if we put a hold on our mail, we still are able to see what's coming. If we have an Amazon shipment, it says you have a shipment arriving soon. You can click on there for the tracking number. It's pretty amazing, man.
Yeah. So it's just we're scanning, we're running all those pieces as we sort them. So it's just an easy match to do that. And so that little tweak has really elevated the importance of the mail and made it relevant. And that's really what we're trying to do, is stay relevant in this age as we go along. So that takes us to the next thing. What's around the corner?
Yeah.
And look, we don't have a self-driving car. We don't have a robot coming to your door. We don't have that. But what we do have is a new way for you to address your mail. So the address has been around since who knows when. Probably back in Greece, they're tapping out an address. Third Rock on First Street. But here we have 123 Main, but then you move. Do you know that 1 in 7 Americans move every year?
Wow.
1 in 7. So that's a lot of people moving along, and what's following them? Their mail. So you got to file a change of address. You got to notify all your correspondence. You better be telling your mother where you moved to, so that the mail follows you. But we have something called informed address, and we're testing it right now in Virginia. It's really going well. We think we're going to roll it out pretty soon. What that is we're going to give you a code, your name and an alphanumeric code. And that code is something you use the rest of your life. And so when you move, all you have to do is tell the Postal Service of your new address, and your mail will follow you. So we're able to do that digitally through our sorting technology. And so when that mail processing machine sees that code, it knows that you moved from Maple Street to Eucalyptus Street, and it'll push that mail over there. Your carrier will bring it to you, put it in your mailbox, and so it's really makes it seamless for a lot of people. Think if you're a marketer, that can follow you. You don't have to constantly chasing customers as to where they move to.
That's what I was thinking, especially like if you have a bill you haven't paid, and when you move, you're like, well, I don't live there anymore.
Yeah.
But now with that informed delivery, they'll be able to catch you now. So I bet a lot of the skip tracers out there are loving you guys.
It's like Fred Stanford, in Sanford and Sons.
Yeah.
Put the mail back in the mailbox. It's like, Dad, Pop, you can't be doing that.
Right. Shut up, you old big dummy. We don't want now. They got to catch me. Yeah. That is so funny. Yeah. So David, when we look at this innovation right here, what is the process of the United States Postal Service to think about integrating these things? Is there a IoT department over there? Well, what are some of the behind the scenes that brings up this great innovation?
Well, we've just because of our volume, catch this, 140 billion pieces of mail. So people talk about, well, mail's dying. Well, we got a lot of mail, and a lot of mail comes to my house. Thank you to my wife, but we have a lot of mail coming through our system. And so there's a lot of opportunity to improve. Even just a small improvement in efficiency can move that. So we have great engineers. We have a lot of thinkers that are going into how can we make this more efficient, because we touch every life every day, 6, sometimes 7 times a day. So we do have thinkers, departments, engineers, technologies. We're putting all this stuff today, great ideas. And sometimes we test ideas, just to see if they stick and how they work. And we test it in a small area. Informed delivery started that way, just in a few neighborhoods, and then it grew, and now it's nationwide. So there's a lot of thinking into how we move the mail, how we sort the mail, how we deliver the mail to make it more efficient so that we're relevant for the next 240 years.
And David, I remember when the email had its inception, and we were all thinking, oh, nobody's going to mail anything no more. But then junk mail started to come to your inbox. And now you can't even get to the relevant emails in your inbox now because of all the junk mail. So, the United States Postal Service is still the most reliable way of us getting things. And to see some of the innovation that the United States Postal Service is doing and up to is pretty amazing. Is there any other announcements you guys announced here at CES?
Not here at CES, but stand by. And and we don't take tax money, so we have to be nimble. We have to make sure that we're responsive because your stamps and other revenue, that's what we have to use. And so we have to be smart with the money that we use, and with our revenue and with our how we spend it. So it's going to be smart, it's going to be relevant, and it's going to be future looking. So stand by. More good things are to come from the Postal Service.
Well, do me a favor. Make sure you reach out to me and let me know so I can have you back on. We can do the interview remotely via Skype. I want to be up to date on what's going on.
You're right. Hey, I know your address, so I'll swing by.
You sure do. You probably looked me up and said, I know.
Yeah,
really.
if you get that code, you can move, and I'll still find you.
There you go. Well, David, how can our listeners and viewers find out more information about some of these great pieces of innovation?
Yeah, USPS.com. Millions of people go to that every week. USPS.com is a highly trafficked website, and it has great information there, and we'd love for you to stop by, and that's a great place to stop.
Awesome. Well, David, thank you so much for coming by and seeing us when my buddy Mike told me about you guys and everything. I said, David, come back today. I want to get you on because this is so important for us to be kept abreast of what's going on with the United States Postal Service. Thank you so much for letting us know the innovation that's out there.
Thanks for having me.
I told you it was going to be incredible what the United States Postal Service is doing when it comes to innovation. And if you have not taken advantage of these different things and also the things to come, do so. I mean, think about where we're at in the stream of time now. I know I use the info digest or info notice. I forget, my mind is racing 100 miles a minute right now. But info delivery, that's what it is. I use it each and every day. I know what's coming in the mail. I know when a package is coming. I can even put a vacation stoppage. So, I mean, man, technology is everywhere. And just to tell you a little story about CES and me attending that for many years, and I've talked about this many times before, you see more and more companies out there that are part of the tech world now. And it's incredible. It's enhancing our lives and making our lives a lot easier. So embrace it, folks. We are here. All right. When we get back, we're going to talk about keeping it on lock, the digital lockbox. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.